baseball from Kauffman Stadium. A long homestand wraps up tonight, and the Royals hope to end an 8-game losing streak as they finish a 3-game series with the Texas Rangers. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. Joel Goldberg and Jeff Montgomery will be coming up. I remember Dayton Moore in spring training said, well, we're going to find out who can play this year. This is kind of an audition season for a lot of young players. And there are some position players that are either suspended or on the disabled list. But on the pitching side, the Royals are starting to figure out about the future of certain pitchers.
That's right. The future's now. And these kids are learning. In baseball, especially up here at the highest level, it is not easy. It is a trial. And humble pie awaits all. But the only way to get better is ingest the humble pie and keep at it and battle it. Look at the youth. These guys are young. They're young in their profession. It's time to learn. And that's what they're doing. They're taking their lumps now. But soon, the lumps will turn into wins. And there'll be some happy faces around here if they continue to execute like they have been.
And then once they can prove that they can play in the big leagues, they'll hope to take their game to the next level, which is what Whit Merrifield has done this year. And we'll talk about two-hit Whit when we come back. Rangers wrap up a 3-game series tonight. Whit Merrifield could always run. Last year he started hitting for power. He had 19 home runs. This year he's still hitting for power, but it's come in the form of doubles. And as we take a look at our Kia Drive to Success, Whit is not just in elite company going back to last year. He is in a class of his own.
Absolutely. His tool set is off the charts. And whenever you're an athlete like that, you have the ability to help your team win when one area is not working. Okay, maybe he's not getting on base, but he has a chance on defense. He can play multiple positions. He'll steal you a base if he's not doing anything else, getting in scoring position and scoring runs. He's a lot of fun to watch, but when you're the only player in this game, in any kind of category like this, you've done something.
It's been fun watching Rosel Herrera in right field the last 2 games. Joel and Monty are coming up next. Talking about Herrera is going to get a chance in center field tonight.
He'll throw the first pitch in 7.5 minutes. Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium. Joel Goldberg alongside of Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. On Price Chopper Royals Live just a little while ago, we had the chance to visit with Rosell Herrera. Very likable, very well-spoken in his second language, nickname of Rosie. So what else have we learned about Rosie watching him play for a couple of games?
Well, I like his tools. He has a lot of the unteachables. He's got size. Seems like he's going to hit for some power. Got tremendous speed. Gets good breaks on balls. Plays nice defense. So far, very, very small sample size, but you have to like what you see from Rosell Herrera, the kid who goes by Rosie. I think fans are going to have a chance to really fall in love with this kid and like him.
The Reds did not want him. The Royals said, we will take a shot. They love his makeup. They love his athleticism. Now he's got the opportunity.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for him to go out. He's with a team that's going to give him ample opportunities. We'll see how it goes tonight.
Good luck to Ryan and Hud with the battery tonight of Austin, Bibbins, Dirks, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. The Rangers are hoping for a sweep in this series against the Royals. If I asked you who's been the toughest team on the Royals the last 5 years, would you say the Rangers? Well, it's true. They've won 18 of their last 23 against the Royals. play in center field. Well, we didn't get any rain here, but we got the cooler temperatures. It'll be 82 degrees at first pitch tonight in the final game of this homestand. And let's take a look at the Texas Rangers lineup tonight. Same 5 hitters as the first 2 games. Rougned Odor is in the lineup for the first time in this series. He was scratched last night because of an off the field incident here in Kansas City a couple of nights ago. So he'll be batting 6th and he'll be at second base. The Rangers all year have struggled in the early innings. Outscored by 57 runs, but not in this series. They've outscored the Royals 9-2 in the first 2 games. They've scored 9 of their 10 runs in the first 2 games in innings 1 through 3. And tonight, Jacob Junus going to try and keep the ball in the ballpark. He has allowed 18 home runs this year, tied for second most in the major leagues, and that includes 3 in his last start and 3 in the start before that, Hud. So I would imagine that'd be at the top of the list for him tonight.
You better believe that's right. The keys for him, keep him in the ballpark. 6 home runs in the last 2 games, and he knows how to do that. If he can just spin that breaking ball in hitters' counts, and that little nice little slider should do the trick.
It has been 2 completely different games for Shin-Soo Choo in this series. In game 1 2 nights ago, he was on base all 5 times he came to the plate. And then last night 1 for 5 with a single, and now he's on for the 7th time in this 3-game series.
Ford around the horn, Royals defense. Alex Gordon, 7th outfield assist last night, was his 89th in his career, most in the majors since 2010. And how about Salvador Perez? He threw out Falefa at second base last night. Has now thrown out 11 out of 18 would-be base stealers. That's the best in the AL.
And now Junus will get Elvis Andrus, who came back from the disabled list on Monday night. He had been out for over 2 months with a broken elbow. So he's hitting .300 on the season. He is 1 for 8 with a couple of walks in this series. Nice backhand stop by Salvador Perez. Interesting, Hud, you're talking about the home runs. They've come in bunches for him. It's not like Junus has given up a home run every start, or maybe 2 home runs every start. I mean, the bulk of those 18 home runs have come in about 4 starts. Andrus, was that a swing? I think it was. He was trying to protect a runner, Shin-Soo Choo, who didn't need protection after all. He ends up with a stolen base.
Haven't seen a swing like that in a while. I think it looked like he had a fly swatter. He's trying to fly, swat a fly away from him, but the jump was too good by Shin-Soo Choo. He got a great jump. Salvi was off the mark a little bit. Pulled the throw.
So runner at second, nobody out. Andrus taking a shot at right field. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yep, that's proper. Anyway, you were talking about his homers. You know,
why do you think they've come in bunches?
It's weird. You know what? I think a lot of that has to do with the opponents. Everything's contagious. Got one guy takes him deep, and then he just seems to find too much in the middle, and the next hitter goes, hey, look, if you got him, I can get him. And just sometimes that happens, but he's been missing in the middle of the plate, especially with the fastball. The fastball, he's going to have to be a little bit more careful when he throws that pitch and where he throws it.
$14 of the 18 he's allowed have come in 4 starts.
Yeah,
14 home runs in 4 starts.
That's alarming. And I know that everybody wants to know why always, but sometimes in baseball it's hard to tell why. You could ask Cal Eldred that, and he'll say, well, you know, he's missing too much in the middle of the plate, but it's hard to explain exactly. But I think a lot of it has to do with the location and the contagious confidence of the hitters.
There's his slider, and Salvador Perez pointed at Junus and said that's right where we want it. We just couldn't get Andrews to chase it. And that's the pitch where Junus gets the majority of his strikeouts. Bounced off the plate, and Junus just in time to get Andrews. So the Royals get an out, and Andrews gets the runner over to third.
Okay, well, let's just show you a little bit of what we're talking about, Ryan. It's the fastballs and where it's located. And in certain hitters' counts, they're looking there. That's a ball that's in, but a little bit up. This one is definitely up. They're all in. This one here was not a good pitch with the bases loaded. Now, this is all against the Astros. Now, this is what he wants to do. Off the pitch and down. He's got excellent downward movement to that pitch. A lot of spin rate on it and away from the power hitters. If he can do that, he'll have success tonight.
The Royals will bring the infield in on Nomar Mazara, who's had a really good series. And he hammers that ball into right center field. Merrifield in right, called off by Herrera. And that's deep enough to get Chu in from third. 1-0 Texas. Get him on, get him over, get him in.
Good example of it right here. And that's and once again, like you mentioned, there's a fastball up, but you mentioned how they're scoring first in this series. But you got to be careful on the first pitch. There's Mazara swinging at the first pitch. Rangers so far on the first pitches, you know, that's 395. You got to be careful with the location. They're aggressive.
Ball one on Adrian Beltre, who is the designated hitter tonight. Beltre has one hit in the series, but that was a big hit, a 3-run home run in game 1 on Monday night, and that was the difference. Texas won that game 6-3, and then they won last night 4-1. Sharply hit to Escobar, and that's the inning. So Texas again scores early. Royals tonight will face right-hander Austin Bibbins Dirks. Royal to bat second. Ned Yost before the game tonight called that the black hole in his lineup. It's very much a glue position to keep the lineup together, so we'll see how Herrera does. And the Royals against Austin Bibbins Dirks, who spent most of the year in AAA. He has made 2 big league starts, including against the Royals back on May the 24th. He gave up 6 runs in 6 1/3. The Royals ended up winning that game 8-2. Whit Merrifield jumps on the first pitch, and Joey Gallo makes the play. 1 down. Austin Bibbins Dirks against the Royals tonight. Hud, your thoughts?
Hey, look for that heater. 341 so far they've hit off of him with 9 homers. Whitley was looking for it and just missed it. Not overpowering.
Well, that's what Merrifield got. So you two clearly went over that scouting report before the game tonight.
You know what? When you're leading off, sometimes you decide whether you're going to swing at the first pitch. The night before even, you say, all right, I'm going to get that first pitch. And if you go to bed that night visualizing that pitch, lots of times it's a good one. He just missed it.
A little bit outside. 2-0 on Rosell Herrera. 3 out of 7 in this series. He had his first major league multi-hit game last night. Also got his first major league stolen base.
First of everything, he's definitely excited to be out there.
Got underneath it and hits it out to Tochi, Carlos Tochi in center field.
Yeah, how about that? Speaking of Tochi, I bet the Royals are thrilled that he's in center field and not Delino DeShields. DeShields has robbed a lot of Royals bats in the first 2 games. Hey, but you want infield? How about Isaiah Kiner Falefa catching Austin Bibbins Dirks? That should be an interesting battery mate.
It's history, Hud.
Okay.
The first hyphenated battery in Major League history.
Hamels, Hamill, Dirks, and Falefa. Our guy Dave Holtzman, he's just in a tree somewhere. He's so excited.
Two down to Mike Moustakas. He's the DH tonight. Well, Bibbins Dirks, he does a good job of missing the barrel, and he did that here in the first inning, getting the Royals 1-2-3. Military personnel serving overseas are watching this game on AFN, the American Forces Network. So we welcome those in countries around the world aboard naval ships at sea, and we thank you for your service. Back-to-back leadoff singles to right for the Texas Rangers. Profar is on to begin the second inning, and we go downstairs to Joel.
All right, Ryan, we've been talking a lot about the opportunity now for young players to get that experience here at the big league level, and that time maybe now for Adalberto Mondesi. And as Ned said yesterday, he'll play a game or two at shortstop. He's at second today. But talking to hitting coach Terry Bradshaw, Terry said, you know, to me, he's a five-tool guy. He's always played up a level, always been the youngest. He's also matured a ton, sitting here now at 22 years old from where he was. Offensively, said just needs to continue to stay through the ball, learn pitch selection better, and that one is going to get through. And he said it's all about positivity. Through the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, just keep getting better every single day. Learn and understand how to use the entire field and learn to use that speed offensively. Allow your skills to show.
Which he has.
Oh, yeah.
And the balls he's driven deep to the outfield in this series is so effortless.
Yep. It's fresh. It's just nice to see him out there, and can't wait to see him play it every day.
Well, the Rangers have 3 base hits from their first 6 hitters tonight, all singles to right field against Junus. And now way upstairs to Joey Gallo, who can hit the ball a mile. He has 18 home runs. He has also struck out 109 times already this year. Sliders in for a strike, 1-1.
Got to be able to mix the first pitch as they're getting on him, so that was nice to see him throw a little wrinkle there. This guy's got power. I mean, big power.
Junus allowed a sacrifice fly to Nomar Mazar in the first inning. And now the Rangers greet him with 2 on and nobody out in the second. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it's the first time that Jacob has had a 4-game losing streak in his short major league career. His ERA is 6.75. He's allowed 7 home runs over his last 4 starts. And he has gotten 6 total runs of support in his last 4 starts.
Offense hasn't exactly been able to support the pitching, that's for sure.
He's trying to get Gallo up.
Yep, looks like it. Like we talked about in our open, the young pitchers, these guys, they're gonna have some struggles, obviously, in this game, and it's how you learn and how you go about it and how you keep getting better. And we've been saying that almost every start for Junus, Keller, and some of these other relievers. These younger guys, they're improving. They're taking their lumps and they're moving on. It's a good part. Looks like he's trying to get him up and he missed. Now, nobody out. Big chance here.
Bases loaded. And Isaiah Kiner Falefa is coming up. He had a big game last night. 2 doubles, a single, and a walk. First time in his big league career he's had 2 doubles in 1 game. And a ground ball right to Mondesi. Little flip to Escobar. Out at first base. So the Royals trade a run for 2 outs as Profar scores from third. It is 2-0 Texas.
Oh, I was just getting ready to say they'll trade a run for 2 outs any day of the week, and there it was. 2-hopper. Mondesi looked like he was going to go after the runner. Glad he backhand flipped it. They wouldn't have completed the double play. So nice job. Good decision by Mondesi, showing some athleticism. Look at Dozier getting down there with the baseball. Control the baseball. Make the outs you should make.
Carlos Tochi. It's the first time we've seen him in the season series. He is a Rule 5 pick from the Phillies. He was on the disabled list when the Royals were in Texas last month with a left hip problem. Carlos Tochi.
Yep.
Sounds like a guy who should be from Italy, right?
It does.
He's from Venezuela.
He's you know, he tried to eat his pasta and do all he can to put on some weight. 165 pounds. You know, he's eating grandma's pasta, but hadn't worked so far. But he's a nice ball player. He's got some good speed, a little bit of gap pop here. But that first pitch to this young man Tochi was the 9th straight fastball to 9 batters by Junus on the first pitch. And the scouting report says that the Rangers are nailing first pitches. Good slider there.
So, not so bad. Bases loaded, 1 out. Texas gets only 1. The 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star Ballot is now open and exclusively online. So make sure your favorite Royals are represented on this year's squad by voting at Royals.com/vote. And then watch the 89th All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th on Fox. Salvador Perez, speaking of All-Stars, he's been there 5 times. And he takes a strike from Austin Bibbins-Dirks. Right now Salvi is 4th in the American League. Wilson Ramos of the Tampa Bay Rays is getting a lot of love. A leaning play by Profar over at third to get Salvador Perez.
Yeah, you know, there's some good young catchers coming up in the league. Now, Ramos is exactly young, but he's having a pretty good year. Good drive by Salvi. That ball's down low. Likes to pull the ball. Profar showing some skills. He can play anywhere in the infield and probably some outfield too. He's a nice athlete.
One down to Alex Gordon. Alex has had excellent numbers this year, swinging at the first pitch, and he's on with a 1-out single.
Interesting how they didn't have an overshift, the Rangers did on Alex, but he got it up and is able to get it through. But just 2 guys on the left side. Typically, if they're playing an overshift, that second baseman's in shallow center or right field, he makes that play. Alex will take it.
So that's a Royals first base runner, and now Hunter Dozier with 1 on 1 out. Outside for ball one. Yeah, I wonder if that was an oversight, because Royals are facing a pitcher who's not throwing very hard. So if anything, they're going to pull this guy. And
Exactly.
of Alex's 53 hits this year, only 7 have gone to left field.
Yeah, I was wondering. About, I watched him move profile, and all the eyes are on the infield instructor in the dugouts now, your infield coach, because then he's going to let you know where he wants you. Profile looked in, he moved over, but no one else moved. So maybe that's the way they had it planned. Alex will take it.
Dozier hits it into left center field, and it is off the warning track and up against the wall. Gordon is rounding third. The throw goes to third, and Dozier is out. So good defensive execution by the Rangers. But Dozier gets an RBI double, driving in Alex Gordon, making it 2-1.
No go for Tochi, center fielder. That's a hanging slider. Good drive. Beautiful. Dozier jumped all over it, got one stake for sure, and he got excited. Now, he's a good runner. He's got good speed. But look at that, hitting the cutoff man is very important. Good arm. Both of them were accurate throws, and they got him. Now, if throws offline a little bit, he's in there. Kind of like to stay at second base on that play, but look, he's aggressive. You try not to make an out over there, but still, I liked it. I thought Dozier showing his running skills. The play was in front of him. He didn't need the third base coach to come over, so it took a perfect throw to get him. Good relay.
One strike on Ryan Goins, who plays in this series for the first time. Well, you pointed out when we were looking at the Rangers defense that Delino DeShields isn't out there. Delino DeShields has the best defensive run saved of all American League center fielders. Now you got a Rule 5 kid out in center field tonight, so hey, make him make a play.
Exactly. I loved it. Whit Merrifield's wishing that he was out there last night. and I talked to Whit today about that. He goes, I kind of lost it a little bit when he caught the ball and I was rounding first base. I got a little bit upset. But I can tell you, you see Tony Beasley here as the outfield instructor talking to the Shields. When I came to the park today and saw the lineup, I looked to see who was playing center field first, and I'm sure probably some other guys did too. And when you make an impact like that, you're able to save runs and rob hits and extra bases and RBIs. You're a valuable defender, and that really helps you when you're not swinging a good bat. You can help the team win in other ways. But Whit was visibly upset. It gets frustrating. He said that Whit said he could have had 4 home runs in the series. And I agree. Just didn't pull him. He went to center field.
This will be easy for Tochi, and that's the inning. So Dozier doubles home Gordon, and at the end of 2, Texas leads 2-1.
T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Two-one Texas on a beautiful night at Kauffman Stadium. Also, man, considering what we had earlier this week, and we could use the rain. So I know there are a lot of people in Kansas City that were hoping they would get a nice soaking. We didn't get that, but we got the cool weather. Mondesi to the middle and gets Shin-Soo Choo. And that's the first time that Junus has retired a leadoff man tonight. Rangers in the first and second got the leadoff man on and home.
Tested the range of the youngster. He's coming in, no problem. Transfer, body going one way. Got to stop your momentum and throw it. Dozier helped him out a little bit. You want to try to lead that throw a little bit up the right field line. It leaked some on him. Dozier's able to keep his foot on there. Second base is a little bit easier to throw. It's much nicer. I mean, you don't have to worry about that long throw. Shortstop, it's a different ball game over there. Oi!
Oh man, and Elvis Andrus has already been out 2 months with a broken elbow. So in his third game back, he is hit by a pitch, and see where it got him. Now it was his right elbow, and he's got a pad on it, and that got him right on the forearm.
And it was a breaking ball, so that's a little less velocity. Still hurts.
And that was his non-throwing arm.
You can get hurt with just a underhand tossed ball. Just you know, if it hits you in the right spot. I mean, like during
batting. Is that before or after you got knocked out by running into a pole?
No, when we're in back of the batting practice screen, and the hitter hits it, and the L screen is the screen that the batting practice pitcher stands behind. It'll hit that, and it'll just lob over on the other side of the cage. And I've seen people get hit with very little velocity, and they've gone down. Look at that. Ooh, ouch. That will be a contusion. And so it doesn't take much.
Ball one on Nomar Mazara, who hit a sacrifice fly and drove in Shin-Soo Choo in the first inning. Mazara wasn't having a very good June when this series began, but he has 6 hits in the first 2 games, only 1 RBI. And all of his hits have been singles, and he's hit the ball all over the field. Left field, left center, center, right field.
Been impressive. Really, I mean, hands type. That's how you hit. You hit with your hands. You generate power from your lower half of your body, but look at that. Oh, that's nice. Whew.
Goins through the coach's box. 2 down. Refreshing saves on this refreshing night from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com/saves to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save. Adrian Beltre with a runner at first base, 2 down. Swings through a fastball at 93 miles an hour. He grounded out to Escobar to end the first inning. Andrus is the only player in the major leagues with 20 or more stolen bases in each of the last 9 seasons. 1 ball and 1 strike. He has attempted 1 stolen base in this series and was thrown out.
Yep.
What are you shooting for? About 75%, aren't you?
Yeah, that'd be nice. He's had a nice career. He's still young. He's in his 10th year. He's done a lot of good things.
Made him look bad with that slider.
But Andrus, I kind of felt for him in that playoff game up in Toronto when he made those errors. You know, that was a rough time for him there. But he's gotten through that. Sometimes that can really define your career, but he's moved past it. Good pitch.
And a fastball puts him away. That's Junus' second strikeout and his first scoreless inning.
Got it by him.
Start a kindness council. They perform various service activities, including fundraisers and donation drives. And the council members started sending notes of encouragement to clients at the domestic violence shelter Hope House. So Elisa's sitting in the Buck O'Neill legacy seat at tonight's game. And Elisa and her kindness council sponsor, Marissa Ayers, are here along with 3 student leaders.
Nice. Elisa, obviously you know how easy it is to be kind. Good for you.
Escobar, Mondesi, and then Merrifield in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Escobar would sure like to finish this homestand with a good game at the plate. He is just 2 for 26 against the Reds, Astros, and now the Rangers during this homestand. Bibbins Dirks drops down sidearm, and Mazzara makes the play in right field. That is a foul ball catch. And there is one down.
And when you're a 12-year minor leaguer, have 318 career games in the minors over 12 seasons, you're going to invent ways to get hitters out. You're going to be creative, not overpowering. His average fastball, 89, maybe 90 miles an hour. He's a guy who's just going to get up there and get outs the best way he can. And so far he has. He's only given up 2 hits, 1 run. He's going to just battle. He's scrappy.
Mondesi fouls it away.
Scrappy, a better word than a crafty righty.
But you don't hear scrappy very often when you're talking about a pitcher.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Look at that 234 opponent average on his changeup. That's the pitch that he wants to get you out on.
I don't know if I've seen anything above 89 miles an hour tonight. I mean, everything's a changeup.
No, and early on, Royals were looking for that fastball. Remember, that's the key to get him. Looking for that fastball and haven't had any luck.
He just ran one up there at 90 miles an hour to Mondesi. There's a changeup. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 for 7. So it's being called up. That includes a double and an RBI.
Sure going to be fun to watch him hit this spacious gap here.
Two and two.
He tried to push that one hard enough to get down by the third base bag and down there. Profar, he came in from an angle and he was wanting that bunt. But you know, sometimes if you can get a good firm hard bunt, you can get an easy base hit out of that. Now with 2 strikes, probably not so much. Although Mondesi's such a good bunter, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get 1 or 2 2-strike bunt base hits a year.
And he gets it through the right side. Mondesi's at first base with 1 out.
Fastball on the inner half, hits the top of the ball. That's nice to get the hole. Top spin is going to get through. See how he made that turn? He had a little turn going to second base there, a little like a question mark turn. That's important to get your momentum going towards second base, and then give a full effort around the bag and make the outfielder stop you. That way, if the ball rolls up your arm, the outfielder's arm, you can just keep going into second base with that kind of speed.
And it looked like he flinched. Well, why not? Catcher for the Rangers tonight, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, started catching 2 years ago. And this is his first big league start at catcher. So let's see what he can do.
Test him out. You better believe the Royals know that. And obviously everyone knows you steal off the pitcher. But Dirks has quick feet, pretty good move. He's a good athlete.
Strike on Witt. Let's go to Joel.
Guys, I called former Royal Jamie Cork today, who played a lot of catcher and a lot of other positions in his career. And he said that just watch tonight, watch the balls in the dirt, watch the Royals trying to run on him, see how he does. Jamie said he had it easier because there weren't bullpen catchers back when he played, so he would catch all the bullpen sessions and catch during the game. He said a lot harder in this day and age for someone like Kiner-Falefa, who has to play all those other positions and really wouldn't get a lot of work at this. Much easier when he did it, and he played a lot of catcher for certain points in his career too. Then would later spell a Mark McGuire at first or a Carney Lansford at third, but he had a lot more time to work on his craft.
Mondesi is not running, and Witt fouls it away. That says something about him, that they take a guy just a couple of years ago and teach him how to catch. I mean, that's 4 years into his professional career. You know, unlike some guys, great example would be Jorge Posada with the Yankees. You know, he was a shortstop, but they made him a catcher immediately. You know, look, gave him a lot of time to develop in the minor leagues, and they waited a long time with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Yeah, I mean, good for him. A lot of that has to do with your mentality, your attitude. He's a scrappy guy. I mean, he's I use the same term for his pitcher, but he's a guy that can do that. And it's going to add value to him. It's going to add more time to his career when they know he can do other things and hit.
Brandon Inge is another player we saw a lot of in our division, who was college infielder, and the Tigers turned him into a catcher right away.
Lots of times shortstops, second basemen, catchers, mainly some shortstops will be turned into catchers. I know Mike Heath, a longtime catcher in my day, was at Oakland A's. He was a good shortstop. They made him a catcher. So just have to have the attitude, the willingness to do it. That's the main thing. Dirks, he's really worried about Mondesi and really helping out Falefa.
And maybe helping out Witt too, because Clearly, he is distracted by Mondesi over at first base. There he goes. And Witt hits it in the air to right field. Mondesi goes sliding into second base, but he'll have time to return to first. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Rosell Herrera, who has a triple since joining the Royals, and that was worth $1,000. And so will a triple tonight, courtesy of the Kansas City Honda dealers. And that'll be a $1,000 donation to the KC Urban Youth Academy. Bibbins Dirks is a combination of Austin's mother's maiden name and his stepfather's last name. That is a foul ball. Call made by the home plate umpire Chad Fairchild.
His call all the way to first base. Then after that, it's first base umpire's call.
Doesn't always work out that way, though.
No.
Every now and then the first or third base umpire will step in. And
they will. Just getting the call right is what they want. But I like aggressive umpires that make a loud call right away.
Bibbins Dirks has made 31 pitches to the plate and 31 throws over to first base with Mondesi over there. So his real pitch count right now is 62.
Yeah, Mondesi's definitely in his head. Herrera has a little more pop from the left side than the right side. We saw a nice, easy, handsy type single last night from the right side from him off of Hamels. And now he flew out medium depth to center field his first time up. See if he can hit the gap again.
There goes Mondesi. Pitches outside. The throw goes in on a bounce. Mondesi swipes his first this year, and he's in scoring position for Herrera.
Good takeaway. And when you've had 31 throws over to first base, you have plenty of chances to get his move down. He had it, no problem. Did you see the shortstop Andrus adjust Mondesi's the length of his pants when he was down there? He pulled his pants down for him there on his heel. It was funny.
That's fraternization to a whole new level.
I'll say.
Remember when they just used to hug each other before the game? Yeah. Now they're fixing each other's uniforms.
Let's see what he was doing. Okay, I thought he was adjusting his. Oh no, he's trying to lift his foot up to get him to tag him out in a playful way. I liked it.
Chop to the right side. Gallo to the pitcher covering, and the inning is over. The Royals strand Mondesi at second base. At the end of 3, Texas leads 2-1.
Thomas, and more of golf's greatest players will be in St. Louis for the 100th PGA Championship. Tickets for Monday's opening day through Thursday's opening round are still available, but going fast. Visit PGAchampionship.com for tickets.
Two on Rangers. Texas has RBIs from Mazzara and another run scoring on a double play. Hunter Dozier has driven in the Royals run. This will be the second inning that Jurickson Profar leads off against Jacob Junus. Profar led off the second with a single and scored. Could have been a lot worse. The Rangers loaded the bases with nobody out in that inning. And then Isaiah Kiner-Falefa grounded into a double play, and one run scored on the play, but no more. Left center field, long run for Alex Gore, and it's slicing into him, and Alex makes the play. One out. Don't forget, if you can't catch a game on TV, you can stream games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. Rougned Odor with one out. He singled to right field on the first pitch thrown to him in the second inning. Rougned Odor in 2016 and 2017 combined hit 63 home runs. So far this year, he has one. He spent a little bit of time on the disabled list, and yet a year ago at this time, his batting average was the same. He had 11 more home runs and 16 more RBIs. On his way to hit 30 last year.
Yep. And he, you know, he's in a home run hitting ballpark, but he's got a big swing. Doesn't get cheated.
Three and one. This is Jacob Junus' first career start against Texas. Usually that is advantage to the pitcher, but the Rangers already have 6 base runners against Junus. Odor down to first base with one out. Jacob has walked 2 tonight. His first walk was Joey Gallo, who comes to the plate with a man at first. That set up the bases loaded, nobody out, and then Kiner-Falefa hit into the double play. There are 3 players in all of Major League Baseball that have had as many plate appearances as Joey Gallo and have not yet hit into a double play. And those 3 are Gallo, Bryce Harper, and Matt Carpenter.
What a perfect time. Oh, man.
Played well.
Yeah.
Played the bounce, played the ricochet. Look at that big hug from his little brother.
Man, his brother's so proud of big brother. That's right underneath us. Well, that's a good segue for he's due for a lane ball, isn't he? Junus has induced just 3 ground ball double plays.
That little guy still hanging on his brother down there.
It's fantastic.
That must mean he's a good big brother. 3 balls, 1 strike.
So he earned a special award tonight.
We don't give away the Pepsi fans of the game to just anyone, but we're going to give it away to those 2 brothers, we assume. And he loves his daddy too.
Yeah, he does. He's all excited. Way to go.
Busted bat, and Gordon runs it down in left center field. Odor is back to first, 2 down.
Yep, off the end, snapped in 2.
Wait till we call time. Okay, that
And now Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. A run scored when he grounded into the double play in the 2nd inning, but right now that's the key play so far for Jacob Junus. Remember, we showed you that Jacob is dealing with his first big league 4-game losing streak. His ERA is 6.75. He gave up 1 run in the 1st inning, and then the Rangers had the bases loaded, nobody out in the 2nd. But he buckled down and got the double play. Texas got just the 1 run, and now it's 2-1 in the 4th inning. Oh, and 2.
Started on the outer half. He thought about it and said, "Up, can't stop it."
Just foul outside of first base. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Odor runs, and it's poked into right field. Merrifield is right there waiting for it. And down go the Rangers in the top of the 4th inning. Dodge.com or your local dealer today. 2-1 Texas. Mike Moustakas will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning.
It's a royal birthday.
Got to hold that sign up a little bit longer.
Yes. Good work on it. It took a long time to do that.
Well, there are more important things to do, like taking a huge bite out of your hot dog on your birthday.
No question.
Moustakas, Perez, and Gordon against Austin, Bibbins, Dirks. 0-1 on Moustakas. He popped out to short in the first inning. And the subject of our Kubota power stats has not been a good June for Mike Moustakas by the numbers. He does have a 5-game hitting streak coming into tonight. This is where the advanced numbers are important, because the pure numbers, if you will, or the traditional numbers will tell you he's had a bad June. He's only hitting .203 with 1 home run, but his line drive rate is actually better in June than it was in April and May combined.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but it's not a good thing to see. If you're a fan of a certain player, or if you're pulling for somebody, it's just bad luck. He has been all over the baseball, and last night when he hit one soft, it was like, there you go. Don't hit him so hard. And it's just been tough. That's the most frustrating part of a hitter. But he also can live with it too, because he says, hey, look, I'm on the ball. I'm not going to change a thing. He says this year it's been much better for him. He'll go home to his wife. He's got kids there now. He's able to forget what's going on at the ballpark, and that's a big pressure release right there when you go home to your family. And he probably does what a lot of ball players do with their wife. Man, when you're going bad, I can't believe I can't get any hits. What's going on? And if you have a good support system at home, your wife says, hey, it's okay. Look at your line drive percentage. They were talking about it on the air last night. You're hitting the ball hard.
Or it sounds like a professional problem. Now go empty out the dishwasher.
Hey, look, I got my headaches too around here.
Right.
I've heard that one before. No, but when it's your livelihood, it's nice to have somebody at home that's a good support for you. It's okay, honey, you'll get them tomorrow. Believe me, that goes a long way in a ball player's life. Get in there.
Odor bobbled it and still has time.
I thought for sure we were going to talk him into getting a nice line drive base hit, and had he got underneath that ball, that would have been a homer. Look at his hands, nice and relaxed. Got him a pitch easy. I mean, that's the whole goal. Try to hit the ball hard. You just can't control where it goes. Lots of times.
Salvador Perez lined out his first time. That was to the third baseman Profar. Slider is in for a strike. Be a tough pitch to pull. No balls, 2 strikes. He has 1 hit in this series, and that was to right field, and that's different for Salvador Perez. He had a knack, even going back to his first couple years in the big leagues. With 2 strikes, he would go from a power hitter to a high average hitter, and got a lot of base hits to right field and right center with 2 strikes.
Yep, we've seen him do it. It's in there.
Still 1-2. Drop down and gets a pop-up. Second baseman Odor on the grass makes a one-hand play, 2 outs. All right, Nebraska fans, here's your chance to show your Royals and Huskers pride. Purchase your theme ticket at royals.com/Huskers for an exclusive Royals cap featuring the Husker logo and colors. That's Saturday, July 7th, presented by Fox Sports Kansas City and Rally House. Alex Gordon, the Husker, swung at the first pitch that he saw in the second inning and singled to right. Alex is a .350 hitter this year when he puts the first pitch in play. A little bit low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Gotta like it now. Just a little bit of shifting, and that's it right there. A little bit of pull shift, not the over shift. Usually there's a man here, and this guy is over here.
Well, there is a man there, but it's the umpire.
Yeah, you're right.
He doesn't count.
He didn't have a glove. Although we saw an umpire get hit on the inside of his leg the other day when he was in there. I meant to go in and see how he was, but I didn't make it down there.
That was off the bat of Nomar Mazzara.
Yeah.
And the umpire he hit is the home plate umpire tonight, Chad Fairchild.
Chad, he played it off. I was really proud of him.
Well, maybe the Rangers had the right idea. Alex goes the other way, and that drops in front of Chu. And Alex goes diving into second base with a 2-out double.
That is worth a Mo Lottery replay. Check it out. Now, little running 2-seam fastball in the outer half. Now, there he goes to show you. That ball's 3 inches on the outer half of the plate. Doesn't have to be down the middle to hit it. Chu makes a nice play, but this is also a good time if you're a base runner. When you're chugging into second base like that, and that throw's coming from that angle, you're saying, I'm going to beat it, I'm going to beat it, I'm going to beat it. It's right in front of you like that. It's kind of a fun slide. And he got his uniform dirty again.
And then he got whacked in the face by Rougned Odor.
That's right. Can't hurt Alex.
Hunter Dozier doubled Alex Gordon home back of the second inning, and then he tried to stretch it into a triple, and the Rangers threw him out at third. One ball, 1 strike.
Hunter looked for that pitch. Now he hit a double, got thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple early in his first at bat, and he wants to knock in a run any way he can here. Look middle in if it's elevated. If not, you can use the other side of the field too, get him in. Mazzara's got a good throwing arm in right, but Alex Gordon gets a good secondary lead at second. Shouldn't be a play at the plate. Just knocked the run home.
Two and one. Dropping down again, and he missed outside. 3 balls and 1 strike, and this is an area that has dogged the Royals all year, hitting with runners in scoring position.
Dozier just 2 for 21. How about 3 for 22 right here?
On the ground to third. This will be a long throw for Profar, and it's on the money. Impressive. So Gordon is stranded at second base, and at the end of 4, it's still 2-1 Texas. Argentina looks for a crucial win against Croatia. All the action kicks off at noon, or stream it live on the Fox Sports Go app. Great night. No rain, but we got the cold front. I saw tomorrow it's going to drop down in the mid to upper 60s tomorrow with some rain.
Unbelievable.
I can already hear the singing of front lawns all around Kansas City.
Yeah. There's some back lawns too. Oh yeah.
Nice grab.
That'll work. He was camped under it. Look at that. Just get, just get up out of your seat. Stick your glove up.
Now his brothers don't care.
No. They maybe didn't have a good day today, but look at that. That was easy. Routine, Mom.
Yep. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That's a long way to, for him to judge that ball. I mean, I had a hard time when I was in the outfield.
He must be really good because his 2 younger brothers are like, yeah,
who've seen it before.
Yeah.
They get forced to go to his games. He's probably an outfielder.
Now the older brother that we had just below us, he got the foul ball, and his little brother was, hanging all over him, so proud of him.
Clinging.
Yeah.
That looks like an infielder's glove, though. Maybe it's not an outfielder.
3-2 on Carlos Tochi. Junus struck him out with a slider in the first inning. Second inning, rather. He's the number 9 hitter. And a leadoff walk, which is very rare for Jacob Junus. That's just the 2nd time all year that he has walked a leadoff man. 2 of 96, which is the best percentage in the major leagues. Tonight is student night at Kauffman Stadium. It's every Wednesday for a new low price of $5 with your student ID. You'll enjoy a happy hour special at the Boulevard Grill concession stand, which you're seeing here, and then listen to live local music. Our next student night is July 4th. High Lux will be performing.
We'll be listening because we can hear him in pregame.
Shin-Soo Choo is 1 out of 2 tonight with a run scored, and when he reached with a single in the first inning, that extended his streak to 34 consecutive games reaching base at least once. That is the longest in the American League this year, and also the longest of his career.
Every time we play him, he seems to do some damage. Got him there. Beautiful pitch. That's right where you want that to be. Check it out. This is where Junus wants to make his living and will continue to. Slider down. 85. Got to go.
Elvis Andrus was hit on the left arm in his last plate appearance. He's also grounded back to Junus. He's already fractured his right arm, which is protected by that red sleeve and guard on his forearm. Hit by Kenyon Middleton, who was the Angels closer. Middleton's done for the year with Tommy John surgery. And then he got drilled right on the left forearm tonight. Coming back our way and just above us. Sound like somebody made a nice grab up there.
Okay.
That close to a foul ball.
You know, they raised the screen in front of us, so I don't know. We haven't got one in a few years here. It could happen. Almost did.
Mark Gubiza and I put on a clinic in Anaheim on the last road trip.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the best place in the league for foul ball there. I was proud of it. That was
I didn't catch it.
that had a little hump to it.
I didn't catch it, and then Gooby to my left on the other side of the glass was all over me because I didn't catch it. As fate would have it, next inning he had one come zipping in his booth. He didn't do any better than I did.
No. And it was right. It was a lot right to him. You had to go out of your way to try to catch that one. And so they can't give you an error, but we gave Gooby an error.
Mondesi to the grass to take care of Andrews. 2 down in the 5th inning. Ed Yost hinted yesterday that we'll be seeing Alberto Mondesi at shortstop at some point. The Royals need to see what they have in him as they prepare for the future. And Alcides Escobar is ready for that, because I think we all know Esky's going to have to go into the offseason this year with a little different mindset.
Yeah.
Maybe getting a job as a utility infielder.
And the mindset is already at work. And I watched him take center field, some fly balls in center field live off the batting practice mat today. Escobar, it was impressive. You know, you only see his quick feet. He runs to his left and to his right. The last time we really saw him run for any distance was that play he made in Cleveland several years ago when he ran all the way in foul territory. He's got excellent speed, and if his mindset is right, and I believe it is, it's going to be a success. Nice play.
Mondesi showing off some soft hands to get Mazzara, and Junus gets around the leadoff walk. Your key to the game against Austin Bibbins-Dirks.
Look for the fastball. Okay, do as best you can with it. So far, you know, they've gotten some hits off of 3 out of the 4, but they haven't transferred into any runs yet. But look, at least they're looking for it. They're hunting it, and that's the pitch that he's had the least amount of success with, is at least from an average standpoint. 341 coming into this game with 9 home runs. Like to see the Royals get some runs.
Chop to the right side, Gallo, and that's a tough underhand toss, close, but Goins is out.
Good play by Gallo. Look at him, watch him lead the pitcher. See that? And Dirks is a good athlete. We saw him get over on a play earlier in the game. No problem. Those are the kind of outs you want. You see that play and all you got to do is get over there. You're going to bust it over there and get that easy out. If you can. It's not that easy. But they make it look easy.
Alcides Escobar with one down.
Yeah, you know, getting back to Escobar and his transition he's going to make to defense. He's a fine athlete. He's got good hands. He had a lot larger glove in center field, and he came off the field and he had a big smile on his face. He liked it. It's going to be something new for him. And that's that time in his career. Almost got his full 10 years in. He wants to keep playing. He's in plenty good shape. He'll know what it feels like to be a part-time player for the first time. It won't be that easy for him either, because he's gonna want to get in there. He's gonna want to miss. I remember Tim Wallach, a long time, really excellent everyday third baseman for the Expos mainly, and at the end of his career, he was put in a utility role, and his locker was next to mine, and I would see him over there, and he's going, man, I don't know how you've done it your whole career. And I go, oh yeah, welcome to my world now. Let me mentor you a little bit here. Look, wait your turn. Wait a week and see how you feel and get in there. It's not easy, but it's service time. It's time. If you can get time, and you can, and usually the more positions you play, the better opportunity you have to play deeper and longer. And the young catcher tonight, Falefa, his first time ever catching. This young man here's stock is on the rise tonight. Adding that to his resume. That's huge.
Three and two. Adalberto Mondesi is waiting on deck. He has a single and a stolen base tonight. And Escobar takes a walk. His 14th of the year, which is not a lot, but he only had 15 all of last season.
All right, let's check out Mondi. See what he's got. He got a base hit on the fastball. He's got one of the 4 hits and ripped him off a bag. Look at that, full speed, 1 step, no problem. Eske, he can't wait to run either. So after you see a runner flinch like that, look like Eske was trying to get a jump to go to second base, sometimes they'll call a pitch out maybe to help the catcher.
Bivens Dirks, he threw over there several times when Mondesi was on with 1 out in the 3rd inning. Escobar doesn't have the same threatening lead that Mondesi did. Raul Adalberto Mondesi. Some people think he is Raul Jr. after his big league father, but they have different middle names. And Mondesi decided this year he wanted to be referred to by his middle name, which apparently is what he's referred to back home. But you and I, we need to corner him at some point and say, okay, what's your nickname? Is it Berto? Is it Bert? Because Adalberto does not just roll off the tongue.
No, I like your thoughts there. I bet, you know, he, as friendly and nice as he is, he'll share that with us. Great kid. His parents did a nice job with it.
Odor, Andrews, Gallo. And the Royals send just 3 to the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Junus, he's doing his best to keep his team in the game, and look at the location of the fastball, much better tonight. Got a future Hall of Famer out right there. Now watch this one. That's the one. Yep, that nice little slider there. And he's going to throw another one here to Chew. Beauty. That's exactly what Junus wants to do. All he's waiting for is some run support. Help him break his little 4-game losing streak. Could happen very easily, but you got to keep those guys off the base. With pitches like that, good spot, good command.
Here's Jacob's Pizza Ranch for the win pitching line. He has walked 3, which is unusual for him. None have turned into a run. Big item for him tonight was getting Isaiah Kiner-Falefa to ground into a double play with the bases loaded and nobody out in the 2nd. And now he's 2-1 on Beltre, who was grounded to short, and then the strikeout. Beltre, Profar, and Odor. Jammed him. Mondesi is out. Merrifield is in, and Witt brings it down. And Beltre is 0 for 3 tonight and 1 for 13 in the series. But again, that 1 home run was a big 3-run home run on Monday.
Yeah. Whitley knows all about making a play like that from the second base side of it. So he's coming in from right field saying, I got it loud. And Mondesi was able to hear it and back out and get an out for Junus.
Big rip by Profar. He singled and scored in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 2. Rangers are without a base hit since the 2nd inning.
Profar, you know, he's starting to finally maybe fulfill his promise coming up. I mean, he's still, you know, would like to get a full season in. And he's had a lot of injuries. I mean, the kid, he had, what do you have, 2 or 3 back-to-back years of Little League World Series, and he was like, you know, he was a prospect before he even was a prospect. They said he was going to be One of the greatest switch hitters, young infielders, talent in a long time to come. And he had a lot of injuries, and it just derailed him, slowed his growth. But now he looks like he's attacking the ball. He looks aggressive. I like to see him play. But nice pitch by Junus there. It's going to send him back to the dugout. Getting his slider working. That's the key. Mo Lottery shows you. Ooh, beauty. 83. Good location. That's called pitching underneath their bat.
That was pitch number 76 for Jacob Junus. And that's when his opponent's batting average has spiked this year. He's been a handful in his first 75 pitches. 211 opponent's batting average. Nice strikeout to walk ratio. But this is where he's had some trouble. And a few weeks ago, we were talking about how he felt it wasn't that his stuff was dropping off, but that he needed to do a better job of selecting who to pitch to and who to pitch around. Because now the hitters have seen his pitches, and his mindset is a good one. I mean, he attacks, he throws strikes, he works quickly, but he's learned that there are times where you don't have to challenge everybody, and especially later in the game, if you've got an open base or you've got a guy that you've determined before the game started, we are not going to let this guy beat us.
So it's a nice sign of maturity.
Goins, long run, and it bounces off the track. Ball, 2 strikes. We were showing you earlier tonight how Odor's home run production is way down compared to last year and the year before. He has had a really bad time this year hitting with 2 strikes. Into right field. Witt at the track, and he gets it into the Royals bullpen. Well, Hud, I was just going to suggest that maybe one of Odor's problems this year is that with 2 strikes, he's still trying to hit home runs instead of trying to find a way to get on base. But with a 1-2 pitch, he took a big rip, and he hits his 2nd home run of the year.
And it was a sky high ball too, so it's going to have a little carry. Very slight breeze blowing that way. Got enough.
And that's the Rangers' first hit since the 2nd inning. Going into that at bat, Rougned Odor was hitting .076 with 2 strikes. 3rd worst average in the major leagues.
Ooh, man. Launch angle of 41 degrees. That was high shot. You don't see a lot of homers in the 40s.
And now 3-0 on Joey Gallo. And Junus, I don't know if it was by design or not, but he has consistently pitched Gallo up in his 3 plate appearances. Hasn't been able to get him to chase one up. And now he's on with a 4-pitch walk, and that's 4 walks tonight for Junus in 4 2/3 innings, 5 2/3 innings. That matches his season high. He also walked 4 Minnesota Twins last month. Outside to Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Fastball at 90, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still a game. Thanks to Junus getting Kiner Falefa to ground into a double play with the bases loaded and nobody out in the 2nd inning. Now a line drive into left field. So coincidence or not, Junus is having some trouble after that 75 pitch mark. He's allowed a home run, a 4-pitch walk, and now a single to Kiner Falefa.
Tried to rush that heater up in there in. He got hurt in there with the Astros, but look, no long ball. He's got 2 outs. He can work through this. Salvi wants to have a little chit chat, and Cal Elder is going to join him.
And while they talk it over, we'll remind you, you can join fellow country music fans at the Royals' first ever country music night on Friday, July 6th. Purchase a theme ticket to receive this exclusive Royals cowboy hat and enjoy country music played here at Kauffman Stadium as the Royals host the Red Sox, and then summer fireworks after the game featuring all country music hits. Peralta just begins to loosen up in the Royals bullpen. And here's Carlos Tochi, who was struck out and walked. Gallo at second base walked. Kiner Falefa at first singled. That was after the solo home run from Rougned Odor. Tochi, we mentioned, was taken in the Rule 5 draft mostly for his defense. He really hasn't developed much as a hitter, and as a big leaguer so far this year. He is 2 out of 27. Will pop up to the left side, and it's Goins to make the play and end the inning. So the Rangers had a run on Odor's home run. 3-1 Texas. Slam inning. Our contestant is Willagene Minot from Riverside, Missouri. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Willagene wins $2,600. And if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Willagene wins $25,000 from Sonic and the Royals. Strike to Witt. He is 0 for 2. And here's our sprint trivia question. Name the last 4 American leaguers to lead the league in stolen bases in consecutive seasons. Last 4 American leaguers in back-to-back seasons, or back-to-back-to-back seasons. Witt flies out to Mazzara for a second time, 1 down. I think Jose Altuve is one of those guys.
Okay.
But I'm not ready to commit to that yet. What are some of your...
I got Brian Roberts.
Okay.
I have a Roberto Alomar, Kenny Lofton. But that's in the past, pretty far.
Well, yeah, the question was not name the next 4 American leaguers to lead the league in consecutive seasons. So
yeah, but
dwelling on the past in this case, HUD, is a good thing.
Okay.
What about Carl Crawford?
Oh yeah, I think you could guess him. That's probably it.
Preliminary.
All right. I'm real anxious.
Odor throws out Herrera. 2 down. What about Ichiro?
Yeah, my buddy. Come on, 1 dog.
Strike 1 on Mike Moustakas, who is 0 for 2.
Lance Johnson. Moose is due for a big one.
1 ball, 1 strike. He has popped to short and then lined out to Odor at second base. Odor dropped the ball and then threw out Moustakas, so it went down 4-3, but it was a line drive to the second baseman. Pop up to the left side. Profar on the line, makes the play in fair territory. And Austin Bivens-Dirks has given up 1 run in 6 innings. Alex Gordon in the bottom of the second inning. At that point, it was a 2-1 Texas lead, and then Rougned Odor with 2 outs and nobody on in the 6th inning on a 1-2 pitch hit his 2nd home run of the year. And now Junus is out after 6 innings. He has a quality start, giving up 3 runs in 6 innings. And now in a Chevy call to the bullpen, Tim Hill will get the top of the order in the 7th.
Tim Hill getting a chance to go back-to-back nights. Fastballs, a little sink to it, slider change, attack the strike zone, get him out of there, and hope like heck the offense can come alive.
Shin-Soo Choo, Elvis Andrus, and Nomar Mazara coming up. One and one on Choo, who opened the game with a single to right, and he stole second base and came home on Nomar Mazara's sacrifice fly. He is 1 for 3. Tim Hill came on last night, and Ned Yost asked him to get 1 batter, and he took care of Nomar Mazara with a man on for the final out of the 6th inning. Three balls, 1 strike.
Some guys are getting a chance to see what it's like to grind it out here and how hard it is to get outs up at this level, and what it takes to condition every single day to be ready to pitch.
Choo's not very happy with that. That pitch was in the strike zone box. You know, we've talked about Tim Hill losing some strikes this year just because of his funky angle and the way the ball is received by the catcher. And Shin-Soo Choo may have earned that by arguing the call before.
That's right. That happens sometimes. I mean, umpires, they're doing the best job they can. And there it is. It's a little deceptive. That ball crosses the strike zone right there at 92. Choo, you got to go.
The ball comes in from such a unique angle. I mean, first of all, Tim is tall. He's lanky. You know, he kind of strides toward the first base line. I mean, that ball coming in by way of the second baseman.
Right.
And so, you know, some hitters, as they say, like to track the ball. So they watch the ball all the way into the catcher's glove. Well, the catcher's glove, when he actually secures the ball, can be in a spot that doesn't look like a strike. But it's not where it ends up in the glove. It's where it crosses the front part of the plate. So in my humble opinion, I think Chad Fairchild is doing a good job of reading where that pitch is entering the strike zone and not necessarily where Salvador Perez's glove is.
Agreed. Sure,
1-2 on Andrews. Sorry.
He'll like to become a little bit more than just a left-handed specialist to get lefties out. But he's happy about this opportunity here to face their order here, middle of their order. After all, you can beat colon cancer. You can beat some big league hitters. He has no fear. His story never gets old.
So there's a gap right now of what, 72 points.
Yeah, and
lefty versus righty.
And that's what I'm saying. He's welcoming the opportunity to get that average down against right-handed bats. He's a competitor. He knows that he's got to be able to pitch inside. That's the one thing. And he told me that earlier in the season when he was missing against righties and they were getting him, he wasn't coming in. It's because he wasn't getting out over his front foot. It's all about his front foot finishing his pitches. He's got to be able to get in there and put a little fear in him to back him off to set up his changeup.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Nomar Mazara is on deck. They're talking about young pitchers. The Royals have gotten a chance to get a feel for what they can do as we're moving up on the halfway mark of the season. Escobar throws out Andrews, and specifically we were talking about Jacob Junus, who got a lot of big league experience last year. Brad Keller, Kevin McCarthy, who's turned into a reliable reliever, and you throw Tim Hill in that group, who never pitched in the big leagues before this year.
That's right. Look at that right there. That's good mentoring. Young pitcher Brad Keller talking to Dale Swaim, a veteran hitter, a switch hitter, a lot of knowledge, baseball knowledge. You know, that's where you learn. Keller's probably saying, you know, well, how would you approach me if you were facing me? You know, you talk to a hitter, and instead of pitcher talking to pitcher talk to hitter. That's how you learn a lot, and a lot of that goes on in the dugout. That's some good mentoring right there. Swaim's got a lot of baseball experience.
Mazara drops it into center field. That is his 7th hit of the series. It reminds me of a story I heard several years ago. The late Don Baylor was a hitting coach with the Braves, and he was around when Greg Maddux was winning Cy Youngs, and someone said, what was it like being around Greg Maddux? And Don Baylor said he'd make a really good hitting coach. And the reporter corrected him and said, you meant pitching coach, right? He said, no, I meant hitting coach. He picks up on hitters' tendencies better than I do.
Exactly. Wow, brilliant.
That's one of the reasons why he was a Hall of Fame pitcher. Willie Peralta is a Chevy call to the bullpen. Picked up his 7th outfield assist of the year, 2nd in the American League on our Toyota League leaderboard. Mitch Haniger, the Mariners, has 8. He has 3 outfield assists on this homestand. 89 in his career, and the most in the major leagues since 2010 when he became an outfielder. The Royals record, by the way, is Amos Otis. He had 116 outfield assists. Peralta throws a strike to Adrian Beltre. So Alex still has a little ways to go to catch AO.
Yep.
From 89 to 116.
Oh yeah. And you know, it won't be much longer. I mean, they'll stop running on Alex now. They didn't run on him the first month or so of the season. All of a sudden, it just seems like they're just happening left and right. But one of the reasons is the opponents have had the lead by 3 or 4 runs and a substantial lead. So the third base coaches are saying, okay, this is a safe call to send it. And Alex is saying, I don't care what the score is. He feels disrespected. Peralta using some changeups on Beltre. Got a good mid-90s fastball with a lot of life to it. Breaking ball.
Peralta makes quick work of Adrian Beltre and finishes off the Rangers in the 7th. Stretch time at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals are down by 2. They've got Perez, Gordon, and Dozier coming up. Been easier with Family Fun Day Sunday presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The kids will enjoy pregame activities including face painters, games in the outfield experience, and pregame autographs with signature Sundays. Salvador Perez, who has the most at bats decided by 1 pitch in the major leagues, is out on 1 pitch against Austin Bibbins-Dirks. And then after the game on Sundays, kids under 14 can round the bases with the Kansas City Zoo Fun Run. And if you're interested, our next Family Fun Day Sunday will be July 8th with the Boston Red Sox in town. Royals.com/Sunday for tickets. Royals have 4 hits tonight in 6+ innings against Austin Bibbins-Dirks, and Alex Gordon has 2 of those. He singled to right and scored in the 2nd inning, and then doubled up the left field line in the 4th. No balls, 2 strikes.
Bibbins-Dirks using that drop down angle to the right-handers and left-handers. Doesn't matter. Changing speeds effectively.
One ball, two strikes. What do you think, Hud, with our trivia question?
I like your Carl Crawford.
You do?
I do, but I may be wrong.
Carl Crawford. Correct.
All right. Ding, 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 ding.
Two balls, two strikes. Now, I could be wrong, but my instinct tells me, and I didn't go with Carl Yastrzemski last night, which was a winner. You didn't go with Cal Ripken, and it was a winner.
Yep.
I think Jose Altuve had back-to-back seasons where he led the league.
Okay.
Jose Altuve. Correct.
Stay with it.
So we have 2 of the 4.
Ding, ding, ding.
Grounded to Odor. 2 down. Speaking of the Astros, we'll begin a 3-game series in Houston beginning Friday. Tomorrow's an off day for the Royals. Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Houston. Then a day off. Then 2 games in Milwaukee. Then another day off. Oh, that's right. Come back and play the Angels on Monday. Forgot about that. Boy, that's a good thing, because I was going to go to Milwaukee on Monday, and
That wouldn't
I
be
would have been at the hotel, which is haunted, by the way, in Milwaukee, the Pfister.
Right.
And I would have only been seeing ghosts because you all would have been here on Monday with the Royals and the Angels.
The only thing that would haunt me even more than that was the fact that you wouldn't be up here, and the possibility of me trying to do what you do would be scary. You would have to drag Fizz over here from the other side to help me out through the game. So you can't let that happen.
So 3 at Houston, back here Monday at 3:15, then to Milwaukee for 2. Then a day off a week from tomorrow, and then 3 games in Seattle. Dozier chops it to the left side. Profar cuts in front of Andrews. A high throw, and Gallo did not apply the tag, at least according to first base umpire Mike Estabrook. It is a base hit for Hunter Dozier, his 2nd hit of the night.
Oh, and he did it by ducking. That's a great reaction right there, and a nice call again by first base umpire Mike Estabrook. This umpiring crew's doing a great job during this series. Good hustle. That's the first hit from the 7th inning on or later since Friday against the Astros. So maybe they can mount a comeback.
And Jeff Bannister pops out of the dugout. The third base umpire, Bruce Dreckman, was kind of leaning in to see if the Rangers wanted to challenge, and then Jeff Bannister popped out, but he doesn't want to challenge. He wants to make a pitching change, and he has to be thrilled with what he got from Austin Bibbins Dirks, who had given up 8 runs in 11 innings prior to tonight, and now he's given up 1 run in 6 2/3 tonight. And lefty specialist Alex Claudio comes on to face Ryan Goins. had made 2 starts prior to tonight and had given up 8 earned runs in 11 innings. Not tonight.
Nope. And you know, you'd look at that number. We talked about it before the game, about 341 average against on that fastball against him. And his hitters would see that. They just weren't able to put him in play with any authority. So there's something going on there with his pitching ability, which is good for him. He's able to change speeds and very deceptive. Obviously, the Royals can't get to him. Or couldn't get to him tonight anyway.
Alex Claudio turns, throws to first, and he needs 1 pitch to finish off the Royals in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Last night, the offense stymied by a 34-year-old former All-Star. Tonight, a 33-year-old journeyman.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it really hasn't mattered who has taken the hill for the opposition during this homestand. Royals need to do some business. They're late. Otherwise, it's going to be an O for Kansas City.
So they are looking to get that one and only win on this homestand. We'll be here to talk about it coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Ryan and Hud.
Well, it's a great story when you talk about guys that paid their dues. Austin Bibbins-Dirks certainly has done that. And that's why he has a big smile on his face. A chance to win his first big league game this year. Justin Grimm's first pitch is a check swing and a foul ball by Jurickson Profar. Grimm is on for the 14th time this year.
Giving up a couple home runs. Opponents hitting 375 off of him. A little bit too much of the plate, especially with his secondary pitch, his curve. He's got a mid-90s fastball, big curve and a change.
Grimm has time to throw out Profar. A little lob wedge over to the third base side of the mound.
Yeah, you're going good if you get a hit out of that.
Pepsi, the fan favorite for every generation, celebrating 50 years of Royals baseball.
It's a good thing Dozier picked that ball out of the dirt. Good play.
And there you have it. One and one on Rougned Odor. He was down 1-2 with 2 outs and nobody on in the 6th inning and hit a high deep fly ball to right field. into the Royals bullpen for his second home run of the year. Now deep to center field, and Herrera's out there to make the play. 2 down.
Herrera hadn't gotten a whole lot of action out there in center field tonight. You know, he was on with Joel in the Price Chopper Live pregame show. Joel interviewed him, and it was interesting to hear how he listened to his dad. His dad told him, you know, when he asked him about running in and out of the dugout, you know, hustling, coming in hard, he said, my dad told me to always do that, to respect the game. And his dad played some minor league ball. And Joel asked him who some of his favorite players was, and he mentioned Sammy Sosa. And how Sammy used to come out of the dugout and sprint as fast as he could onto the field in Wrigley Field. Now, he didn't Wrigley. I don't know if he did on the road, but when I was in the opposing dugout with team in the National League, the crowd would roar when Sammy would do that, and it became a show. It was like a spectacle. When he took the field, you know, to the start of the game, he would take off and run, and he would circle all the way around to center field and salute the crowd. I mean, it was awesome. I loved it, being on the opponent even. I thought, you know what, that is respecting the game right there. I mean, a dead sprint out of the dugout. Here he come, and the crowd would roar. And he played for them for 13 years, and he did that every home game. And I admired it. I thought it was great. And he made a show out of it.
Three and one on Joey Gallo. Gallo walks. Well, hitting is not his strength yet, although he's had a nice series against the Rangers, but speed and defense are his strengths, and we've seen that in this series.
Well, he's taken some great routes too. I mean, this is his first game. That was a beautiful catch right there. That wasn't easy. Watch him how he just using some athleticism, looking very natural out there, and is, you know, tipping his cap to his buddies who tipped theirs to him, and he's happy to be playing. That's the kind of energy you play with, and the respect of the game by sprinting on off the field. When he took the field tonight, he was the first guy out there, and he was sprinting, not quite like Sammy Sosa, but still with noticeable life. And that's what you're noticed when you run hard. And a lot of coaches teach that to their players. Look, you're noticed when you sprint, and when you run hard, you're not noticed when you jog or walk. So if you want to get noticed,
if you are, you're noticed for the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah. Who's this guy?
Right.
Walking off the field like that. Yeah.
Right. But you don't attract attention that way. Eh? If you do, it's the wrong kind. Hustle. Take the field with some energy. Kind of Falefa doing a nice job. Now, he didn't throw a runner out, but one steal on his first major league debut as a catcher. He's done a pretty good job, I'll say. And really, if you're a catcher, you're known for calling good pitches and winning ball games. So far, these guys have only given up one run.
Gallo has a stolen base. That is his third.
Great jump. Look at that, 6'5", 230. There's some athleticism there. Missed the bag with his lead foot there, but he was trying to get under the tag.
Still 2-2 on Kiner Falefa. Got him. So Grimm has a scoreless 8th inning. Royals are down to their last 6 outs on offense. It'll be Escobar, Mondesi, and Merrifield in the bottom of the 8th.
With the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets. Enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
Our University of Kansas Health System injury report update. We've been talking about all the injured Rangers relievers. Tonight, Matt Bush. He has a strained right elbow. And the disabled list has been a big problem for the Rangers this year. Since last Friday, the Rangers have made 20 different transactions involving 16 different players. So it's an opportunity for Jose Leclerc to pitch in a 2-run game in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's a swing by Escobar. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Man, Leclerc, he's got some excellent numbers this year. 2.88 ERA, sparkling. 34 strikeouts and 25 innings pitched. Ooh, that's really good. That's solid. He's having a good year. There's always room for a right-hander that comes in and throws strikes.
Two and two. Escobar is fouled out to right, and he is walked. Royals are trying to avoid a winless homestand. Royals have only had 2 winless homestands of 8 games or more in club history. 3 balls, 2 strikes. They're 0-7 on this one against Cincinnati, Houston, and now Texas. In 2005, the Royals had an 0-8 homestand, and in 2012, they really struggled at home early in the year and had an 0-10 homestand. Still 3-2. It's been a struggle at home.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Place where we've grown used to watching the Royals thrive at home. And the Royals have lost their last 8 home games. Escobar takes a called 3rd strike, and he fires his bat into the dirt. Chad Fairchild, I'll bet he'll say he gave Escobar a chance, but that was a pretty short leash. And I don't know if I've seen Escobar thrown out by the home plate umpire.
Yeah, I don't
Probably
either.
has.
But we didn't hear exactly all the words that he used. Sometimes that magic word will get you tossed. And there's some frustration.
It's a fine for throwing your bat. That's why Chad Fairchild pointed at the bat in the dirt.
And it'll be even more of a fine to get ejected.
That's the 4th time that Escobar has been ejected. Well, that puts an end to a thoroughly frustrating homestand for Esky at the plate, finishing 2 for 28.
Yep.
So that probably had something to do with it. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mondesi.
I mean, you know, it's not like they're down by 6 runs. They just 2 runs down. Rally, do something, especially with the speed guys here. Bunt, get on base, just any way you can. Man, having a hard time getting the ball in the infield.
And now Whit Merrifield. All right, we've been given the last chance warning here, Hud.
Okay.
We have Jose Altuve, Carl Crawford. Who are yours?
I don't know. Kenny Lofton lead the league in steals. How about Brian Roberts? Maybe those aren't really excellent guesses.
Feel good about any of them?
No, I don't.
All right.
How about you? You got any more? I mean, you've already carried.
How about Ichiro Suzuki? Strike 1. All right. So those are my guesses. So you've got 3 guys, and we have 2 strikes. So go ahead.
How about Kenny Lofton?
How about Kenny Lofton? Correct.
Hey.
1 more, Hud.
Well, then let's go with Brian Roberts.
Brian Roberts. Strike 2. What was the other one you had?
No.
Roberto Alomar?
Yeah. I don't know.
Rajai Davis lead the league in stolen bases?
Hey. 1 year.
Probably not back-to-back. What about Jacoby Elsbury? Feel good about that one.
Okay.
Jacoby Elsbury. Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. We got back in the win column. Way to go. It's all about the feel. Instincts. Skills. Maybe Whitley can do it again. Do you think he can? I bet he can. Although if Gordon, he'll take off and he'll rip off 5 in a week.
Look at that. Tight.
We should have a commanding lead.
Is that a picture of me or is that my wax figure? 3-2 on Witt.
Don't you have a wax bust in the Hall of Fame?
I do not.
I like your,
As soon as
your
you-
left-handed. You got, is that a curveball grip on that baseball you have?
My cutter.
Oh, a cutter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just get on the side of the ball there a little bit.
Right. I must not have had my makeup on that one. Yeah, that's ball 4. Leclerc wanted that one. We got some action here. Herrera walking to the plate with confidence. That ball was called a ball. Everything this kid does is with confidence, and that'll tell you the importance of body language.
96 and a strike. If Herrera can get on, then you've got the man you want at the plate. Mike Moustakas coming up with a chance with a long one to put the Royals in front. Up the middle, Odor, and they get the out at second base. So Moustakas will lead off the bottom of the 9th. So you can. Tonight's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. 3-1 Rangers, and it'll be Kevin McCarthy to face the Rangers 9-1-2 hitters. McCarthy becomes the 5th Royals pitcher tonight, and with the ejection of Alcides Escobar, Ned Yost has to move some pieces around. Mondesi goes to short. Merrifield in from right to second base, so Almonte is now in right field. And that is inside to Carlos Tochi, who is 0 for 2 with a walk.
McCarthy going to work that hard sinker. Sinker, slider, change, curve. He's got 4. He's going to attack the strike zone, is what he wants to do. He's been good this year. Impressive. Goes at him. Bulldog mentality.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Kevin McCarthy last year did a nice job for Ned Yost and then did not make the team out of spring training. He really didn't have a great camp and he had options, so in some ways he got caught up in a numbers game. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tochi, but has been dependable for Ned Yost and has come on many times when the Royals have needed a ground ball and has provided just that.
Yeah, and that's what the advantage a sinker baller has. You want to pitch to contact. He didn't want to do that, though. Put anybody on. Nobody out. Come right after him. Let him hit the ball at your infield somewhere. That's the whole idea of that sinker pitch.
That's the second time that the Royals have walked Carlos Tochi, number 9 hitter, to lead off an inning. Shin-Soo Choo. He singled and scored back in the first inning. He is 1 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. He and the home plate umpire Chad Fairchild were not on the same page when he went down looking in the 7th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Back through the middle, Mondesi ranging over to the right side of second base to throw out Choo, and Tochi moves up to second base.
You're going to see a lot of range from Mondesi. Look where he starts. There's no problem with getting to it, throwing off balance. Shortstop of the future, no question. Many thought it would happen before now, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy. And Ned said he's not going to just throw him out there every day. They're going to kind of ease him in.
Safe at second base.
Like that tag right there. Slap it on him. Witt giving a little open hand. That's a sign to send it. Good throw by McCarthy. He's in there.
Andrews is 0 for 3, including being hit by a pitch. Royals have tomorrow off, and late in the day they will travel to Houston. Texas will head to Minnesota after the game tonight. And they will have a day off. Minnesota will be playing a series with Boston. 0-2. Had a chance over the weekend to visit with a few of Kevin McCarthy's siblings. 1 of 9 Kevin McCarthy.
Where were they?
After the game on Saturday, they had a little family day out in the field. And
oh, good.
Kids were out there running around and playing. And pictures were taken. And so Kevin had a couple of brothers and a sister out there. And
nice.
Just as pleasant to be around as Kevin is.
All right.
And among other things that the Royals like about Kevin McCarthy is that, you know, being from the Royals organization, he's a team guy, unselfish, and you have to be when you have 8 brothers and sisters.
Wow. Couldn't imagine.
Almonte is there to make the play. Tochi remains at second base, 2 down. And now Nomar Mazara with a runner in scoring position. He drove in the Rangers' first run with a sacrifice fly in the first inning.
Get that little ground ball right here. Mazara's a spray hitter. He's hit him all. Whitley's playing him to pull. Mondesi's up over the middle. Don't let that run score. Hold it tight. Give him a chance for the 9th inning. Time for a walk-off on the last game of the homestand for a win. There they are.
He has been a shift buster all series. Doesn't matter what the Royals do. He has been able to find a hole somewhere. Out in front, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Keone Kela saved the first 2 games of the series, so he is not available tonight. Jake Diekman is getting ready for the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Royals have some left-hand batters coming up. Moustakas, and then after Salvador Perez, Alex Gordon.
Hasn't Diekman pitched in every single game? I mean, you'd think he'd be tired.
Diekman went 1 inning last night and 1 inning in the game on Monday.
Okay.
Three and 1 on Mazara. Three and 2.
That's it. Miss down. 86. Good pitch there. Stay on the attack. If you're going to miss here, 3 and 2, and you're going to walk him, that's okay. It's 2 outs. Don't let him beat you. Beltre's a right-hander. You might have some more success. Just give him a cookie.
So he will take a walk, and there are 2 on for Beltre. Beltre is 0 for 4 tonight. He is 1 for 14 in this series. And he's one of the best all time against the Royals when you're talking about batting average and slugging percentage. That 1 hit, however, 2 nights ago was the biggest hit for the Rangers. It was a 3-run home run. And McCarthy goes right after him with a fastball.
Yeah, it was a little slider by Kennedy. Kind of stayed up.
Beltre has not faced McCarthy yet, so the veteran hitter wanted to see a pitch out of his hand before thinking about swinging. And now he takes inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Adrian Beltre, 22nd all-time in hits, 34th all-time in home runs, 27th in RBIs, and 13th all-time in doubles.
Man. What a career. There it is.
Got the ground ball. Mondesi over to Merrifield, and the Rangers are scoreless in the top of the 9th. In the bottom of the 9th, Mike Moustakas, Salvador Perez, and Alex Gordon. Matchup of Duffy and Keuchel on Friday night. Ian Kennedy and Lance McCullers on Saturday. That game will be on the Fox network. And then Hamill and Verlander, Justin Verlander, with a 1.60 ERA on Sunday afternoon. And then the Royals will be back here Monday for that makeup game against the Angels. Jake Diekman will get the bottom of the 9th inning. He has one save this year.
Diekman is doing a job here for his manager. Jeff Bannister going to head on to Minnesota. Hard sinker, slider curve. We've seen him. There's Guzman in at first base. Gallo does a nice job at first base. I mean, both of these guys are 6'5". How would you like that if you're on the left side of that infield? Big targets to throw to. Soft hands. Gallo looked good tonight. See if Moose can find a way. Get on base. Any way you can.
Two balls and one strike. Royals in the 8th had Merrifield at first with 2 down, and Rosel Herrera grounded out to end the inning. But they were one base runner away from Mike Moustakas coming to the plate, representing the go-ahead run. And now the best he could do is make it a 1-run game.
Be tough off of Diekman. Diekman throws across his body, very deceptive.
Deep to right field, headed for the water, and splash to make it a 1-run game.
That was nice. There's a breaking ball, 83. Look at Diekman. Diekman couldn't even look. He's like, oh, I've heard that sound before. Oh, he got that one. And didn't he, though? That was a beautiful swing and well-deserved. Wow. Long time for that one, but that's a start. Got 3 world champions hitting right here in a row here. Moose, Salvi, and Alex.
One and two on Salvi.
This ball was tagged. Let's see how far it went. 422 feet. Man. And Moose is no stranger to exit velocity. We've seen those over 100 all year. That's a good looking swing. Bottle that up and take it down to Houston, Moose. They can use you big time. That's pretty short porch and right, too.
Two and two. The Royals, during their 8-game losing streak, and they're trying to avoid it being 9 in a row, but during the 8-game streak, they did not score 1 run in the 6th inning or later until the Mike Moustakas home run here in the 9th.
Things are going to change. They have to.
Royals have been outscored 29-0 during the losing streak prior to tonight in the 6th inning or later.
It'll turn. Can only go like that for so long.
into left field and down for a base hit.
Same with the breaking ball. I mean, that ball, look at him. We know Salvy's a bad ball hitter, and he can get on base when he wants to. Look at that, just nice. Stay down. Look at the back leg bend there. That's beautiful. And Moose is saying, all right, let's go, fellas. Come on. They got pride. Alex been swinging a good bat. A couple base hits to the opposite field.
That includes one at bat in this series, 0 for 4 against his pitcher. And I'll bet Jake Diekman knows all about that. We shared on Monday that Diekman grew up in Nebraska, an Alex Gordon fan. When Alex and the Cornhuskers went to the 2005 College World Series. A fastball right down the middle at 94. Alex, of course, from Lincoln. Diekman is from Wymore, southeast Nebraska, very close to the Nebraska-Kansas border. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fans got life here. They believe. Just keep the line moving. Don't have to hit it out of the park.
.95 miles an hour, or 96. Jesse Chavez warms up behind Diekman. And Alex is down on strikes. So all those fastballs, and then Diekman goes off speed, and that's the first out of the bottom of the 9th. One on Hunter Dozier. He has 2 hits tonight and an RBI.
Hunter could round off that numbers here, make it an even 10 here with 1 swing, a walk-off. Ooh, Diekman's smart. He's keeping that ball away. It's firm. Now he has options. 0-2.
One ball, 2 strikes. Ryan Goins is on deck. On the ground to third. Profar, second one, no double play, and the Royals are still breathing.
Hey, hustle it out. Keep the belief alive. No chance.
And now Diekman and Goins. Ryan is 0 for 3 tonight. He is 1 for 1 with a single in the past against the Rangers lefty. 93 over the inside edge. And now no balls, 2 strikes. If you don't count the home run, as Mike Moustakas never stopped on base, Rangers pitchers have kept Royals out of scoring position since the 4th inning. And now a steal, a delayed steal, and Dozier is out after Kiner Falefa almost drilled his pitcher.
Oh, that would have been terrible. It almost hit him in the face. He never saw it, went right by him. Watch this throw. You know, he felt that. Now, the only thing that went wrong, and I agree with the steal, he didn't take the third crow hop. You got to take 3 good crow hops. He only took 2, but it's a good idea because what do you got to lose? Oh, thankfully, Diekman still has his teeth. Oh, man, that would have been horrible.
The Rangers sweep the Royals, and the Royals finish the homestand 0-8. Final score 3-2. We'll be right back.